Welcome guys, quiz patente C, esame ministeriale. Question number 1. Il regolamento 561/2006 CE prevede disposizioni relative al tempo di riposo massimo per settimana. So the number 1, the right answer is falso. It says Regulation 561/2006 CE provides provision relating to maximum rest time per week. And the answer is falso because it's not the resting time but the working time. So that's why the one is falso. Number 2. Secondo il regolamento 561/2006 CE, per disponibilità si intende l'assenso del lavoratore a svolgere mansioni al di fuori del normale orario di lavoro. So number 2 is falso. It says, according to Regulation 561/2006 CE, availability means the worker's consent to carry out tasks outside of the normal working hours. And of course, the answer is falso. 3. Le carte tachigrafiche sono rilasciate dalla motorizzazione civile. And the 3 is falso. It says the tachograph card are issued by the Civil Motorization Department. And of course, it's absolutely falso. Very good. Number 4. Sul display del cronotachigrafo digitale, il simbolo in figura indica il soggetto officina. So, the number 4, of course, the right answer is falso. It says, on the digital tachograph display, the symbol in the figure indicates the subject workshop. And the answer is absolutely falso. Very good. 5. Se durante la stessa giornata lavorativa il conducente utilizza 2 veicoli dotati di cronotachigrafo analogico, deve utilizzare lo stesso foglio di registrazione, compilandolo anche nella parte posteriore. So the 5, of course, the answer is vero. It says, if during the same working day the driver uses 2 vehicles equipped with an analog tachograph, he must use the same registration sheet, filling it on the back as well. So the 5 is absolutely vero. 6. In presenza del segnale raffigurato, i conducenti di veicoli pesanti che trasportano merci non possono effettuare manovre di sorpasso. And the 6 is falso. It says, in the presence of this sign, drivers of heavy vehicles carrying goods are not permitted to overtake. And of course, the answer is absolutely falso. Of course, they are allowed to make overtaking. 7. Il segnale raffigurato non si incontra mai sulle strade di montagna. The 7 is falso. It says this sign is never encountered on mountain roads, and it is falso because you can see it also on mountain roads. Very good. 8. In presenza del segnale raffigurato, i conducenti di veicoli pesanti che trasportano merci devono adeguare la velocità alle condizioni della strada e del carico trasportato. So the 8, the answer is vero. It says, in the presence of this sign, drivers of heavy goods vehicles must adjust their speed to the road conditions and to the load being transported. So the 8 is absolutely vero because the sign represents a road with potholes. Number 9. In presenza del segnale raffigurato, occorre moderare particolarmente la velocità se si è alla guida di una autocisterna carica. The 9 is vero. It says, if you see this sign, you must particularly moderate your speed if you are driving a loaded tanker. And the 9 is absolutely vero because it is a sharp curve on the right. 10. Un conducente extracomunitario impegnato in un trasporto di merci in conto terzi tra paesi UE o di cabotaggio stradale deve essere munito di attestato del conducente in originale. The 10 is vero. It says a non-European Union driver engaged in the transport of goods on behalf of third parties between the EU countries or in a road cabotage must be in possession of an original driver's certificate, and it is absolutely vero, of course. Number 11. In caso di incidente in galleria occorre prestare il primo soccorso ad eventuali feriti. And 11 is of course vero. It says in event of an accident in a tunnel, first aid must be provided to any injured persons. So it is absolutely vero. Very good. 12. In caso di ingombro della carreggiata per avaria del veicolo fuori dai centri abitati, il conducente deve posizionare sulla carreggiata il segnale mobile triangolare di pericolo. So the 12 is absolutely vero. It says in the event of obstruction of the carriageway due to a vehicle breakdown outside the city, the driver must place a mobile triangular danger sign on the carriageway. So the 12 is absolutely vero. 13. Prima di cambiare una ruota di un mezzo pesante è sufficiente applicare un solo cuneo fermaruota se si è inserito il freno di stazionamento. And the 13 is falso. He said before changing a wheel on a heavy vehicle, it is sufficient to apply a single wheel chock if the parking brake is applied. So 13 is absolutely false, of course. 14. La verifica del corretto montaggio del limitatore di velocità avviene provando il veicolo su strada. Of course it is falso. It says to correct installation of speed limiter is verified. He said the correct installation of the speed limiter is verified by testing the vehicle on the road. Absolutely falso. You test it before, or you verify it actually before it is even positioned inside of the vehicle. So that's why the answer is falso. 15. Un veicolo eccezionale eccedente la massa consentita è soggetto al pagamento di un indennizzo di usura all'ente proprietario della strada o dell'autostrada. And the 15, the answer is vero. It says an exceptional vehicle exceeding the permitted weight is subject to payment of wear and tear compensation to the body owning the road or motorway. So the 15, of course, it is vero. 16. Su un veicolo dotato di sbalzi notevoli, nell'affrontare una salita o un dislivello stradale, occorre moderare la velocità. So 16 is, of course, vero. It says on a vehicle with significant overhangs, when tackling a climbing or a different road level position, it is necessary to moderate the speed. Yes, of course, in order not to lose control on the vehicle. So it is vero. 17. Per garantire una miglior visibilità diretta della strada è necessario evitare di usare le alette parasole. And the 17, of course, it is falso. It says to ensure better direct visibility of the road, it is necessary to avoid using sun visors. And of course the answer is very, very, very falso. 18. In un veicolo per il trasporto di liquidi, i diaframmi interni della cisterna servono principalmente come rinforzo della struttura. 18 is falso. It says in a liquid transport vehicle, the internal diaphragms of the tank serves primarily as reinforcement of the structure, and it is falso because it's not for reinforcement o rinforzamento della struttura. Ok? 19. Il modulatore di pressione in funzione del carico limita la possibilità che le ruote della sale cui è applicato si blocchino in caso di frenata a veicolo scarico. So the 19 is, of course, vero. If you want to join the private class, get in touch with the teacher and learn Patente C and also Chiku-Chi. So 19 is absolutely vero. Why? It says, if a load-dependent pressure modulator limits the possibility of the wheel on the axle to which it is applied, locking it in the event of braking with the vehicle unloaded, and that is absolutely vero. Now, number 20, la frenatura di soccorso del servodistributore a triplo comando garantisce la frenatura del rimorchio in caso di guasto del tubo moderabile, and the 20 is falso. It says the triple control servo distributor emergency braking system ensures the braking of the trailer in the event of a moderate hose failure. Of course, it is false. Very good. 21.